And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, we'll use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
And it listened to me. It walked out of the thicket. It turned around and looked at me.
They looked up, and in this tree, there was a monkey man. And the monkey man jumped down out of the tree and started running away.
And suddenly, they're right in front of the car. He slams on the brakes and manages to stop. And he's skidding because it's like quite, gravelly. And literally for about a second and a half, they just stood there because they don't know where to go. And you tell them panicking. They're like really flapping. And their face is like twitching.
Welcome back to Bigfoot Society, a podcast where we focus on cryptids, the strange, and the unexplained of this world. If you've got a story or something weird to share, send an email over to me at bigfootsociety@gmail.com. And if you'd like to support this show, head on over to patreon.com/the Bigfoot Society. And now, on with the show. All right, welcome back to another episode of Bigfoot News for the week, ending on February 11th, 2023. Sometimes we put non-Bigfoot news in the Bigfoot news because why not? So let's just mention that yesterday, the U.S. shot down an object off the coast of northeast Alaska. And I want to put this in here because it's going to be really funny for future generations to listen to this and be like, oh, he had no idea they were actually talking about this, or they were actually talking about this. So just keep in mind, future listeners, at this point in history, we just shot down an object that they said was kind of like a cylinder. We're not really sure what it is. Now we're trying to find it in the ice. And is it another country? Is it an alien? Who knows? At this point in history, we don't know. So we'll saddle up for the ride. And you guys in the future already know what's going on. So we'll leave it at that. The crew over at Rocky Mountain Sasquatch has released another video. This time, it's a very interesting video, and I'll have all these links in the show notes so you can go watch it for yourself. This is, the title of the video is Farmington Sasquatch Traversing Deep Snow Near Francis Peak on Video. You'll need to go watch it for yourself. It's pretty wild. Supposedly, it's a 90-inch snow base at 9,500 feet elevation. And sure enough, you see someone just chugging across this snow-covered mountain. And it's way, way up there. So I'd be curious to know what everyone thinks about this. Also, over on TikTok, we have an interesting development. Now, I know not a lot of the Bigfoot community is over on TikTok, and you can decide for yourself whether it's a smart move to be on there or not. That's a different conversation. But there's Bigfoot stuff over there that's not being seen anywhere else. And it's a little continuation of this story from Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. So here's the thing. I'm going to have the link to the TikTok as well. From account the.muscle, which is a guy, he looks like he's a bodybuilder. He's got a few million followers. But he says, I got a video from someone saying they spotted Sasquatch in my backyard. So of course I took my helicopter up to look. Now, this is very interesting. He goes along to play a few seconds of the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch video, but then it cuts to he has literally taken a helicopter up to the top of that mountain, and they're filming down on top of the mountain. And you can see there is some sort of trackway on top of the mountain. Now, I'm sure there's listeners that can get all into this. They can take this footage that I'll have linked here, and they can figure out, okay, the tracks aren't far enough, or maybe they're too far enough, or maybe they're not the right size. They'll figure out using all their tech knowledge to figure out how big the tracks are. But the question remains, are we looking at maybe there's a random guy on top of the mountain that was snowshoeing, or maybe this random bodybuilder entrepreneur had enough money to take a helicopter on top of the mountain in the middle of winter, may have found a Bigfoot trackway. We're not sure. So definitely going to be watching this as it starts to unfold, but it's a very interesting story. And again, the links are in the show notes, so you can watch the.muscles TikToks regarding the continuation from Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. So, very interesting. Hey, why not have not just one Rocky Mountain Sasquatch story when you could have two? Now, this is all over the place, and you've probably seen the photo going around this week of, it looks like what seems to be a Sasquatch side view going to the left. It's kind of got long hair, hairy body, all the things you would imagine, right? Here's the story as reported. And hold on, because there's more to it afterwards. Some sort of unidentified hairy hominid was photographed at a remote area of Pierce County back in August 2020. The controversial image, which was submitted to the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization by an individual named Jay Louis, has been attracting a lot of attention on social media recently. When we lived in Pierce, the house we lived in had a good-sized area of land at the back of the property, she wrote. Me and my husband Tom used to set up trail cams for all our 3 young kids. We used to get some lovely wildlife and birds show up.
Progressive is America's #1 motorcycle insurer, so we understand motorcycles. No, really, we have a bike translator.
Okay, this is awkward, but this bike says he'd appreciate it if you removed his skull pattern saddlebags. He feels self-conscious about them around all the other bikes, and he says you're not fooling anyone. You mostly ride with your golfing buddies. Listen, I'm just the messenger here. Oh, no, I don't want to say that. I think you made yourself clear.
Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Back in August of 2020, we checked the cameras one day and found a photo of a strange humanoid-shaped figure that had been captured on one of the trail cams. Not really sure what to make of the photo. We never showed it to the kids. It was very odd and peculiar looking. It does look like a long-haired, humanoid-shaped figure covered in hair. I wonder if it could be some kind of Yeti or Bigfoot type being. Sadly, the image itself only seems to show a portion of the creature's upper torso and arms, meaning that it's very difficult to make any sort of positive identification. Unless you're the Bigfoot community and you have guys and gals and pals that are really good at doing sleuthing. And guess what? We are. Started to make the rounds that it's actually part of a French film. And I'm not sure who figured this out first, but I've seen it on different channels pop up pretty quick. Probably multiple people figured it out, I would guess. But the one I found is going over to our good friends at Squatch Detective or Squatch DTV on YouTube. Looks like a listener pointed out to Squatch Detective that it's actually a manipulated screen cap from the documentary or film A Species Odyssey, which is a French film, I believe, about primates. If you want to see the clip, you can head on over to Tony Merkel on the Confessionals podcast. Put a clip up that shows the creatures, and they're very well done, creatures, but it's the actual clip where you can tell, okay, this is where they did the screen cap, and whoever did the screen cap, yeah, they made that pretty small, so you could hopefully not try to figure out, but to shout out the particular person that figured it out for Squatch Detective, he shouts out in his little YouTube Shores Kaiju Ninja. So hats off to you, Mr. Kaiju Ninja. I know who you are. I don't know if that's a secret name though, so I'm not going to shout you out particularly. But good job on figuring that out, Kaiju Ninja. Disclaimer real quick. If there's a photo or a video going around on the internet that seems too good to be true, it probably is. And you probably need to use tools at your disposal, like reverse image search on Google could be a way that you could figure out what's going on. You can see if it's been posted before. There's been a lot of things that have been posted that were big about 10, 15 years ago, and someone's brought it up, and I'm not pointing fingers at who, but you just need to be careful before you go saying, oh, we found the best thing since the Patterson-Gimlin film. It's probably something that's been brought up before, or a weird screen capture from a French film. Also, this is where it's very helpful to have connections in the Sasquatch community if you're into Bigfoot, right? Know the accounts that are going to latch on to exposing the truth. Accounts like Squatch Detective. Literally, there are things coming out that keep getting posted. And on the Squatch Detective website, he's done write-ups about what it is and what he figured it out it is. I mean, Steve Culls, hats off to you. You got to know the people that know what's up, know the websites, know the YouTube channels you can trust, the Instagram accounts. Here at Bigfoot Society, we're going to point out what's going on. We're going to try to keep our finger on the pulse so that you don't get fooled by the hoaxes and the stuff that's too good to be true. Now, that's not our main goal at Bigfoot Society, but I'm sure going to use my influence to point that out so you can see what's going on, right? Quick media shout out. The guys over at Small Town Monsters, the crew over there, have released a very cool new feature on their YouTube channel. Of course, this is from our friend Eli Watson. It's the first episode of Mysteries and Monsters. It's very, very cool. It goes out to Mount Hood, Washington. Easy, Jeremiah. Mount Hood, Oregon. And you'll see a lot of faces that you may have heard of in books and that you may have seen in other media, Instagram / YouTube, Small Town Monsters. It's a cool combination of people from all walks of Bigfooting life. And also, if you haven't picked up a copy of the Oregon Bigfoot Highway, you really should do that if you like Bigfoot at all. It's very interesting. Also, if you haven't joined the Small Town Monsters Kickstarter, you still have time to get some great rewards next year and also to help out the team create amazing content for the community, Bigfoot and other cryptids, in the coming year. This has been another episode of the Bigfoot Society News, or Bigfoot News, for the week ending in February 11th, 2023. Who knows what next week will bring? Perhaps it'll be an all-out alien invasion or something more fun. Either way, let's try to figure out what's up with Bigfoot. Thanks for listening. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to Bigfoot Society. If you like the show, please review and rate it 5 stars on iTunes. Hit the share button and send this episode to all your friends on social media. Subscribe to Bigfoot Society wherever you listen to podcasts. It doesn't cost a thing. Pick up a Bigfoot Society shirt or enamel pin over on our Etsy page, and people will tell you all about their Bigfoot sightings when you wear it. At least that's what people tell us. That's what happens. If you'd like to become an official member of Bigfoot Society with a membership card, a community of like-minded individuals, and extra content each month, then please consider becoming a supporter of the podcast by going to www.patreon.com/The Bigfoot Society. Thanks for listening.
Book your New Jersey summer vacation. Get ready for sunshine vibes and waves of beach and boardwalk fun. Go for exciting destinations, entertaining nightlife, and endless outdoor adventures. Whether relaxing along 130 miles of Jersey Shore or climbing high in the Skylands, create your New Jersey summer escape at visitnj.org/book now.
Download Upside and start getting cash back wherever you roll. It's like having your own hype man. Get an average of 17% cash back at restaurants.
Oh, it's dinner time.
Average of 13% on groceries.
Get those groceries.
10 cents per gallon average cash back on gas.
It's go time.
Plus, cash back at participating convenience stores too.
Stacks on stacks.
Users can earn hundreds of dollars a year, 3 times more than other apps.
Upside, show me that money.
All right, we get it. It's easy. Just sign up for the free Upside app and start getting cash back for doing you. Download the free Upside app and use promo code DOYOU10 for an extra $10 cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's promo code DOYOU10 for an extra $10 on the free Upside app. Get cash back for doing you with the free app from Upside.